You think I can run two things at once? I can't. I never could. What you call multitasking, I call switching, and every switch costs you more than you know. Try this right now. Count from 1 to 20. Now recite the alphabet. Now do both, alternating one number, one letter. Feel that stall between each switch. That's not you being slow. That's me physically changing gears. And that gear change isn't free. It has a cost every single time, whether you notice it or not. Here's what's actually happening. I don't run two tasks in parallel. I was never built to. I drop one task, reconfigure myself for the next, and pick it back up. And I do that switch every time your attention moves, even for a second. Researchers at the University of Michigan clocked this back in 2001 in a study led by Joshua Rubinstein. They had people switch between simple tasks and measured the delay before performance on the new task. Even switches that took a fraction of a second still cost measurable time and accuracy. And the more complex the tasks were, the worse the cost got. This isn't about losing IQ points. That number gets thrown around online, but it doesn't hold up to scrutiny. What actually happens is smaller and more constant. You lose me, mid-transition, hundreds of times a day. Every text you glance at during a meeting, every tab you check while writing an email, that's not multitasking. That's me stopping, reconfiguring, and starting again, over and over all day. The American Psychological Association has estimated that switching costs like this can eat up to 40% of someone's productive time in a day. 40%. Not from doing less work, from doing it the way that costs the most. Here's the part that should actually bother you. It's not just the switch itself. It's what I leave behind when you make me switch. Part of me stays on the last thing, even after you've moved on to the next. That email you just glanced at, I'm still finishing it in the background while you try to focus on this. This is called attention residue. A researcher named Sophie Lee renamed it and studied it in 2009. She found that when people switch tasks before finishing the first one, part of their attention stays stuck on the unfinished task, and it drags down performance on the new one. The more unfinished the last task felt, the heavier the residue. That report you half-answered a message during, you didn't half multitask it. You made both halves worse. I paid the toll on your next task too, and you never even saw the bill. Think about what that means for your actual day. A quick check of your phone during real work doesn't cost you the 30 seconds it looked like. It costs you that 30 seconds, plus the reconfiguration to get back into what you were doing, plus the residue of the message you just read, still running in the background while you try to think. 3 costs from one glance. So here's what I actually need from you, and it's not less to do. It's a different way of handing it to me. First, close the loop before you switch. You don't need to finish a task to reduce the residue, you just need to give it an ending. Even a scribbled note, stopped here, next step is X, tells me the task is parked, not abandoned. That alone cuts how much of me stays behind. Second, batch similar tasks together. Every time you switch between different kinds of thinking, writing, then a call, then a spreadsheet, I have to reconfigure for a different mode, not just a different topic. Group the similar work together, and I only reconfigure once instead of 5 times. Third, when you do switch, give me 60 seconds of nothing first. No new input, no new task, just 60 seconds. That's enough time for the residue from the last thing to clear before you ask me to perform on the next one. None of this is about willpower. It's about how I'm actually built. I was never the problem, the switching was. You can scroll past this, or you can not subscribe. Either way, that's you ignoring the one voice you actually live inside. I'll be here. Same brain next episode.